Has everyone calmed down yet? You motherfuckers. Oh no! PMRants said a bad word! That means he won't be able to monetize his video! Or maybe not, I'm not sure. What are we doing again? This actually is a test to see whether or not this video gets monetized immediately or not. Because last week, everyone knows when YouTube updated its terms of service and brought one of its older rules to the forefront saying, hey, you know what? We don't want to monetize videos that our advertisers don't want to put them on, so we have the right to do that. It's always been there, you guys never bothered to read it. And naturally, people collectively lost their shit, because this is the internet and rationality is about as rare as dark matter. This was the main topic for quite a little bit, especially with news outlets in particular, even claiming that their channel was going to be shut down, because even in the face of potentially losing your income, you still gotta get those clicks. People were claiming it to be censorship, and for a while I kind of subscribed to that notion as well, but then I checked my channel, and not a single one of my videos were pulled for not being advertiser friendly. Not a single one! Now some of my videos have been demonetized for content ID, but that's a completely different story. Now, it could very well be possible that because this channel has uploaded sporadically and been pretty much inactive for long periods of time, that not enough traffic is generated to set off alarms in YouTube's algorithm and alert the advertisers to promptly pull them from me. That could very well be the reason. So I decided to let it ruminate for a bit. I didn't want to act on it just yet, just to see if videos could still potentially be demonetized, because quite frankly, it could happen at any time. And I also wanted to see if the other channels that I watched changed up their formula a bit. Some of them did, not really substantially, out of response, which is understandable. But for the most part, they didn't. They didn't censor their language. They didn't really compromise on subjects that they were talking about. So it may not be as bad as we thought. Now let me break it down for you as best as I can, asterisk. YouTube said they were going to crack down more on videos containing sex, violence, language, and all that stuff. But they didn't specify exactly what that consists of, because those are pretty broad horizons. Violence meaning they aren't necessarily going after cartoonish type violence, like video games and cartoons and whatnot, because that is a big avenue for creative outlets to go to and promptly make a sizable amount of money and traffic and provide a good deal of traffic, which is what advertisers are wanting to put their advertisements on. So they're really talking about realistic violence, like, you know, like execution videos or people or bullies or people getting the shit kicked out of them and all that kind of stuff. Something that really advertisers can't really and shouldn't put their ads on. Sex, well, sex sells. Everyone knows that. People like to complain that Nicki Minaj's Anaconda is still monetized, getting millions of views, and fills out the entire checklist of stuff that YouTube's going after. But it's done in a exaggerated, erotic, fantasized kind of way. And the other, and this is the main reason, is that a major record label produced it, and they paid money to boost it, to get it everywhere. Everywhere. You could not go anywhere without seeing this fucking video. So that's something that advertisers want to put themselves behind, because it's being backed by a major corporation, and that's something that they can piggyback off of. The sexual aspect, and I hope this is the reason, I hope to fuck this is the reason why they're doing this. The sexual aspect that they're going after is not the good kind. The rape kind. Advertisers shouldn't and don't want to capitalize on rape. It's ethically reprehensible, and they want to completely distance themselves away from that. I'm fairly certain that YouTube doesn't give a flying fuck about conventional swear words. I'm pretty sure the language that they're trying to target is certain hot button words, the certain no-no words in certain titles and tags within their videos. Certain videos like ISIS and rape and suicide, something that advertisers wouldn't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. Because if YouTube was really going after conventional strong language, stuff that people use every single day, especially within their own office, I bet you, then the top 100 would be up shit's creek without a paddle, which in turn would lose a lot of YouTube's revenue, and they wouldn't want that to happen. Now, from what I've observed, and feel free to correct me on this if you find that other channels outside of this circle have been drastically affected by this update, or channels who are keen to sensationalize on the subjects that I just discussed, and other channels who continuously engage in fruitless political headbutting. Philip DeFranco and Mr. Repsion being the prime examples, respectively, because those are mainly those kinds of channels that fall under those categories. And despite your good intentions, I'm sure, advertisers just want to sell their product without being tied to a 30-minute symposium on why you dislike radical feminism. And who knows? Maybe the advertisers don't even give a shit about who they put their ads on. This is YouTube's algorithm we're talking about. Almost 400 to 500 hours of video are uploaded onto the site every minute. No amount of human teams on Earth can sort through all of that and figure out which one is advertiser friendly. So the big question is this censorship? And the answer is, I used to think it was, but now I'm not sure. I mean, on one hand, you do have the right to talk about whatever subject you want on this site. And to be frank, you still can do that. There's nothing stopping you from talking about the controversial subjects at hand. But on the other hand, the advertisers can also exercise their First Amendment rights, their freedom of expression, to not advertise their product on that certain video that you talk about. And yes, it may suck that it may disincentivize people to talk about serious, heartfelt subject in a positive light to encourage people to do better, such as suicide prevention, especially if they want to put some real effort into it, like investing money into it, and they probably won't yield a return on it. And some people have suggested that they get sponsors to cover for what they potentially lose, but that may yield awkward results. Hello, my name is Phil Mason. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You matter, and you are important. This video is brought to you by theyeti.com. Buy my shirt. I'm PMRants, and to test this out one more time, shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'd like to give a very special thank you to my patrons over at Patreon. And those people are Sean Campbell, Casty, Hugh Player, Austin Daniel Selkovitz, Jackson Smith, Mitch Jackson, Michael Perry Jr., Ethan Parker, Kodo Sinclair, Bon Lanez, Mario Marroquin, Rodolfo De Lara, Ramona Viking Hansen, Cynical Carlos, and Michael Groot. Also, I need to give a quick shout out to Jack Gore. For some inexplicable reason, I missed him on the list. And you have my sincerest apologies, Jack. I know this is shoddily put together, but I didn't totally forget you, so hopefully this can make up for it.